Hello, this is a Jayleshark and Friends
and Russell
and Russell podcast. In this episode, myself and Russell talk to Carlo, not Carlos, as I thought it was, but Carlo. Now, he's the owner and chef of the Tiny Taverner, which is a very cool and unique food truck that offers simple and, most of all, tasty Greek food, located at Blue Tree Phuket in the food truck park. Carlo, not Carlos, tells us how this Essex boy, not me, him, came to Phuket and why he ended up cooking some of the best Greek food on the island. This is a good one this week, and we got to taste some food. Yummy. Enjoy the show.
Technically sound.
Yeah, welcome to the podcast. That's
Welcome
it.
to the podcast.
Good
Right.
job done.
Great,
I hope.
guys. Yeah.
Anyway, Carlos. It's not a very Greek name.
It's not very
No.
Nick the Greekish, is it?
No.
No.
We want to call you Stavros or Nick the Greek. We're here with Carlos at the Tiny Taverner at Blue Tree. Hello, Russell.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good.
Don't answer that.
Say hello to Carlos and be nice.
Hello, Carlos.
Hello.
How you doing, mate?
Morning.
So, who are you? Where'd you come from? What are you doing here?
Okay, yeah. So Carlo is, Carlo from Essex in the UK.
Whereabouts in
Not
Essex?
another one.
Great Dummo, a little Dunny on the Naze.
Posh
Yeah,
Essex.
yeah. It's a little posh area. Yep, yep.
Sorry, isn't that a bit of an oxymoron? Posh Essex.
It's just
Sorry,
less
carry on.
stabbings. Yeah. But it's a good little area. I grew up there all my life. And I was there till about 19, 20 years old, and then I moved to Greece doing summer seasons.
What
Yeah.
did you do? Summer seasons?
I started off in Corfu, Cabos of all places, the little party town. So I was young and just working in the clubs and stuff and bars. But then I moved further south because my dad moved out there, and then I started living in on the islands, which you know of, Jay.
Well, I know. This is
Yeah.
the interesting story. I know Carlo's dad.
Oh, hello.
Which either
might
makes
wanna
me
explain
sound-
that.
Okay, so for those who don't know, I used to teach water sports back in the day, and I was working at a place called Galini on an island called Lefkada or Lefkas. I never remember which one do you remember what it's called? It's called both, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, Galini's on
On
Lefkada.
Lefkada,
Yeah,
yeah.
Lefkada.
So I was running a beach as a water sports manager on this beautiful island, really beautiful island. And Carlo's dad was the photographer out there for us and would
All
go
right.
and take pictures. So I have many pictures. I don't, because it was times before Facebook and before kind of internet
Yeah.
and kind of stuff like that. So I've got many real pictures. Actually, I've got them at my house back in the UK,
Oh, far out.
which Carlo's dad took of me.
Yeah,
And he's
mad.
took a naked one of me and all my team, which I think is on Facebook somewhere.
The legendary naked photo. Yeah, that only happened once. So.
Well, and there were some other pictures
Well, yeah.
that stayed between me and your dad. But you know, what's worrying is the fact that just shows my
All of
age.
this.
Well, no, it just shows my age because, I mean, that must have been, I'm trying to think when that was. That was
20 years ago.
20 years ago.
Wow. Yeah.
So
yeah.
how old are you?
I'm 39
You
now.
don't,
so,
really?
Yeah.
You had a tough paper round, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I
Really
did
hard
actually.
one.
Yeah. No pocket
So,
money.
so I met your old man 20 years ago.
Mad.
But
Yeah.
obviously, you didn't know each other.
No, not
No.
at
So
all.
you've only just met here.
Well, yeah, we went out on a couple of dates. Got to know
Got
each other.
Tinder. Cool.
Yeah, it didn't really work too well. It was him, not me.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with me. I was lovely. But no, we met when Carlo brought. We met actually in the office here at Blue Tree.
Yeah,
'Cause,
yeah,
we should explain.
just
We're
by
actually
chance.
sat outside the Tiny Taverner in Blue Tree right now. So if there's any background noise or anything like that, it's not our fault.
Yeah.
So yeah, we met in the office when you first came to look at possibly doing something here.
Yeah,
And I
right.
think you mentioned the word gyros,
Yes.
which then made me jump up and go,
Yes,
"Oh,
pick up.
gyros!"
Hello.
Yeah,
I
you
love
were just
gyros.
sitting on the table next to us, and you were like,
All right, I was working. Don't
Yeah,
just be sitting on the table.
tapping away at something on the keyboard.
Naked on the table, just rubbing oil into myself. Yeah, and that's what we
Christ,
met.
there's an image.
So what brought you to Phuket?
So I had a little business with my dad. So we started doing the photography together in Greece, and we did that together for about 10 years. And then we lost the contract with Sunsail because they'd actually closed one of the hotels.
Right.
So I was actually thinking about moving on or going somewhere else. And a friend of mine who worked at Sunsail again, big community, he just wanted a hand moving a boat that he was working on from Tunisia down to Turkey. And he said, can you come and help for a month? So I said, yeah. And it's a big 30-metre motor yacht.
Sweet.
So I said, okay, yeah, I could do with the money and fancy a crack at doing something else. And so I left my dad with all the workload and kind of went with him September. And we moved the boat. Then I met the boss and he said, we're going out to Thailand. It's going to be based there. Do you want to come along? Do you want to join us full time? So I said, yeah, okay. And then, yeah, I just gave my dad my keys. And then I said, okay, I'll be back in a year with a load of money. But I didn't go back.
Yeah.
That was 5 years ago, yeah.
Or have a load of money.
Yeah, it's still skin. Yeah.
Far out.
Yeah.
So, and that brought you to Phuket or just Thailand in general?
Yeah, that brought me to Phuket. So I started working on a boat. We were based up in Yacht Haven in the north. And yeah, so we would cruise around Phuket, around this region for about 4 or 5 months a year. And then winter season, we'll go over to the east coast to Samui and all that kind of stuff. And
Far out.
yeah, it was cool.
What were you doing? Were you just...
Decky, really.
Decky,
Yeah. Started as a decky. It was just myself and the captain, Ollie, and a hostess, because it's a small boat. So I was doing everything. Ollie rag, as they say. I was just doing everything. But then got into the engineering side of it. I wanted to learn a bit about that.
Is that how you built this table?
Yeah, you can see. Yeah, that's
How much engineering did you do on the boat?
Not many.
Did the
Yeah,
boat-
that's right.
Is
Yeah.
the boat still afloat?
You can see it's as in the truck as well. It's a bit shabby, but that's the style, fellas.
it's Greek.
Yeah.
So how comes then? So what brought you to the Blue Tree food truck and the Tiny Taverner? How did that all...
Yeah, because that was the thing. So my boss kind of we sold the boat last year.
When you say we,
Yeah. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, okay. And then he was like, right, I'm going to buy a big yacht, the big 40, 50 metre. It's coming. And we were waiting for that. And then he decided not to. So I was like, okay, I need to do something here in Phuket to kind of stay
Sorry,
here.
the Hell's Angels just went past us
right,
on
yeah.
their...
The mods.
It's probably more like the mods. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, so I was kind of out of a job, basically. And then I was thinking, I've always wanted to do a food truck. It's something for a long time. I've travelled around the States and always eaten from food trucks. I like what they do and the style. And I love cooking. So, yeah, I thought, okay, start a business, try and get a work permit, keep going with that, and so I can stay here legally. So, yeah.
Which, of course, you have right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course,
Legal
I'm
purposes.
totally legal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Just
to
check
point that one
box.
out.
yeah.
So why? So you came and you got. So the idea was a Greek food truck from the very start. Or were you? What kind of things were you thinking about?
Anything. I was thinking ice cream. I was thinking ice cream originally, to do some sort of ice cream car, which I wanted to do in Greece back years ago. But making our own cones and all that kind of stuff.
ice cream and
our own
shakes
ice
and
cream.
stuff.
Yeah.
That would work well here.
Yeah, it would. And then, but actually, we come into my girlfriend's idea. She said, "What about Blue Tree?" She said, "There's a pop in there. That's going to be a new water park. Let's ask in the office." So we did, and it was actually you. You were sat next to Pooh. Yeah, you sort of gave us the idea, Jay. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
Sorry.
I was meeting. I was meeting with the retail manager, Pooh, and I said, "So what's available?" And she said, "Everything's taken, basically. The burgers are taken. The pizzas are taken. Ice cream's taken." I said, "So what's available?" And then you actually said, "No one's doing French fries at the moment. No one's doing anything like that."
Okay, now yes. So
Yeah.
it's my French fries. So I had an idea about having a food truck. The simplest and the cheapest way to run a food truck, in my opinion, was French fries. So
Yeah.
all you do is you just cook French fries.
Yeah.
And then you just have a range of sauces,
Yeah.
such as ketchup, mayonnaise, and that's it.
Yeah.
Well, no, you'd have
Curry sauce.
curry sauce,
Yeah.
or you go down the Canadian thing of the poutine or the poutang, whatever it's called. Poutang.
What's
Careful.
that? Yeah.
Well,
I
I mean,
know what
that's
poutang is.
Okay, it's French fries.
I mean, it's dipping a
with-
French fry, but that's
well, it's French
a bit
fries.
extreme.
Stop. It's French fries with gravy and cheese curd poured on top of it.
Oh, hello.
fuck's sake.
Well,
Oh, it's nice.
That's
It's nice.
Dunno.
It's good. So that was my idea because I just thought it was the cheapest and simplest thing was to do a French fry one.
Yeah. So
So
I like that. I liked that concept. It was just.
If you like that concept so much, you went Greek.
I totally went the other way.
Yeah.
I changed it. Yeah, but we do have French fries. But we were going to do that. We based the sort of business proposal on the homemade chips, and we were going to do all kinds of stuff, curly fries, sweet potato fries.
No,
but then
see, don't do that.
Yeah,
it doesn't. Sweet potato should never be fries. No,
but yeah, we don't do it. So I don't know. And then it kind of evolved into this Greek thing. I thought, okay, yeah, let's do the gyros.
Now, what? Okay, for those people that don't know and have never been to Greece, Parakalor, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
What is? Thank you for laughing.
Lovely Greek.
Yeah. What is a gyros?
A gyros, right? So a traditional gyros, and it does vary all over Greece, from the north to Crete or whatever old roads they do. But basically, it's a pita bread.
Just a piece of bread.
Pita.
Oh, right, sorry.
It is one piece.
Thank you. I'll be a week.
But it's a grilled pita bread, and then it's got the lamb or chicken or pork filling, and then with lettuce salad, and then typically French fries as well, rolled up, and with a tzatziki sauce, which is like a yogurt, cucumber and garlic, olive oil. And yeah, it's a quick fix. It's a grab and go, but we're doing ours a little bit different. It's like a pita pocket, but it tastes as authentic as we can. But yeah, it's always something that everybody loves when they travel to Greece. They'll know about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's the doner kebab. Have you been to Greece, Russell?
Yeah.
Have you?
I'm trying to think. So I've been to Cyprus quite a bit, but
which
I know.
side?
Yeah, the southern side.
Okay.
I went to the northern side to the UN postings now years ago.
UN postings?
Yeah, because the UN border on there.
No, but what were you doing in the UN?
I wasn't doing anything in the UN.
Oh, well, it sounded like
That
you were
sounded
being
very
posted
official
by the UN.
Oh yeah,
sent
well
you there.
the UN posted
You
me out to all
Kofi
over the
Annan
world.
or
Yeah.
You didn't help the situation.
No, not at all. Yeah,
No.
do like my Kofi.
I got you there.
Well,
It's
thank
good
you.
fun.
Yeah.
Well done.
But have I been to Greece? No, I don't actually think I've been to mainland Greece.
Okay, well, a gyros is basically what you have after you go out.
Yeah,
Well, it's not. I mean, it's
you
not-
must have smashed a few, like
Oh,
in
I've
your time.
smashed a
Yeah,
lot of gyros.
Gyros, yeah.
It was that, and there was also it was a choice of either a gyros at the end of the night, or you go and have. There was a guy that used to do a crepe, a crepe, and then you could pick what you wanted. He'd wrap it all up on his crepe, and he'd give out that out as well. And
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
just a monster thing. That
Yeah,
you could
yeah.
get.
They're
So they were
huge,
the two things we'd have.
The crepes are big. Yeah,
Yeah, the crepes are huge, and they would
Yeah.
either a sweet one or a savoury one. And obviously, after a night on the
old
alcohol,
sauce.
Yeah, you get
you'd
the
have
old
a savoury
bacon
one.
and cheese
Oh, absolutely,
and everything.
yeah.
Chuck it all in.
And those are days we could eat that and not care in the morning that you
Yeah.
put on 84 kilos.
The difference is though, I mean, without sort of blowing trumpets here, the food is very good here.
Thank you.
All right, and we've been
You
a few
have to
times.
say that.
No,
Yeah, you're
no, I
sat
don't.
right
If it was shit,
outside.
I would say it was shit. But to be fair, no, the food is very good, and we've been a few
Okay.
times and we enjoy it.
Yeah,
I actually do.
But the
sorry,
difference
go
is
on.
we've been here sober
yeah.
and had the food and enjoyed it. Whereas a thing like a kebab or something, you just don't do it.
Yeah,
sober.
if you go the next day, you're like, "What? Why am I
Why the
eating this?
fuck would I eat that?
Yeah,
But I think, okay. I was just trying to let people know that a gyros is similar to what a kebab for the youngsters, but yours are different.
yeah.
They're fresher.
It's like actual
and they're-
food.
Well, no, they're right. And I think what makes it for me is your tzatziki sauce.
Right. Yeah.
Now, I've just had that with French fries alone, and I actually love your tzatziki. And please tell me
Thanks.
you make it yourself.
Yeah, we do.
Out of the
Yeah,
box.
every 2 days we make a batch. So
Special
yeah.
ingredient.
Yeah.
Is
yeah,
there
we
any
can-
special? Because when I've made mine, it is purely just. Do you go through the whole process of cutting up the cucumber, then putting it in the cloth and getting the colour out? And
Yeah,
doing all that kind of
exactly.
stuff?
Exactly. You got to
Put
get all
salt-
the
you have
water
salt
out.
on it, don't you? You
yeah,
salt it.
pepper.
Hey,
yeah,
hey.
it's no big secret. You can get the recipe online. It's just, but once it's getting better and better now, we've made it 50, 60, 70 times.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's
It's a bit
got
like me and sex. It was
50 times. Right?
well, it was about 3 years ago, and then obviously something happened.
Tailed
and now
off.
it's tailed off completely. So I have no idea.
Hopefully, our tzatziki sauce won't do that. It won't taper off. It will get better. I hope.
There's a joke about white sauces here,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'll just leave that.
I was
It's
segueing
not
that.
a good way
Yeah.
to describe food, is it? No. Okay.
special sauce. Yeah, it's just
So you make your own tzatziki sauce, pita
Yeah.
bread.
the pita bread. We found a local guy here that it's from a distributor here, but it's actually baked in Bangkok. So
Oh,
we
nice.
order it. We order it 2 days. It comes down fresh.
Sweet.
And in 2 days we get a delivery twice a week. But that is actually made our business. So we thought, because the bread is so good, better
it's
than you
good
find
bread.
in
Yeah,
Greece,
yeah.
we're kind of thinking of putting, what can we put in a pita bread, basically? And we're mixing, we're going off the Greek. We're not necessarily stuck to Greek food. So we're doing meatballs
The Greek
and all
flag,
this kind of stuff.
sort of,
Yeah.
The word taverna doesn't have to mean Greece.
Correct.
It doesn't
Exactly.
mean a Greek food. It's more, I would say, it's Mediterranean.
Yeah,
So I think that
yeah.
opens up the whole thing. For having a roasted vegetables in a pita bread, I think would be friggin' awesome.
Yeah, we do that,
there you
and
go.
we do
I
that
feel
with
it.
we
I'll just
do.
look at the menu and read it out.
Yeah, you're right next to it.
about
Yeah.
Meatballs in a bit. That'd be a good idea.
He's
wouldn't
very
it?
clever, Jay. You know, like, good
Or
ideas.
Like a Greek salad
You can
in a
fucking
pita.
read.
Like feta.
No, people have asked for that. Yeah, that's actually coming. People have, because that would be really nice with the feta cheese sprinkles, and
Yep.
we do that. Whatever people request, we put up on a special for a little while when we try it out. But yeah, the bread is amazing. When we put extra virgin olive oil spread on it, and we.
The thing is you just have that. I mean, I used to just dip stuff like that into the tzatziki and just have it as a dip.
Yep. Again, you're reading the menu, aren't you?
Well, no.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to question that because I have to ask this question because it's now you do vegan and vegetarian options.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, vegan. We take out the feta. But yeah, we're gonna get more creative. I'm a big avid meat eater, but you know, obviously.
And you look healthy for it, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
a fairly carnivorous table, I would suggest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're also not whinging and moaning and just groaning about life and how meat eaters are arseholes. Sorry, I have an issue with vegans. Not all vegans.
It doesn't come across at
Does
all.
it not?
No, you hide it well.
I look forward to that. Oh, what about, sorry, I'm going to interrupt again, as I always do. What about a Greek burger?
A Greek burger.
Have you ever
Yeah,
thought about doing a Greek burger?
we have. They actually do that in Greece a lot, especially around Athens, where you get a burger patty in a pita bread. So we're thinking of doing that.
Would
We're
that
gonna-
classify?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as
Is
it's
that
a
what you
patty.
mean?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
why are you asking, Russell?
I just thought I would.
Is there maybe a
The-
Phuket's Best Burger that's going to be on the 28th of
I
March?
was just going to ask you
Actually,
about that.
It'll be just down there in the grass area at the back of Blue
Okay,
Tree.
right,
If
there we go.
you've got a burger and you want to enter, then please email me at phuketsbestburger@gmail.com. Another email address.
You're welcome.
Oh, really? It's a competition, is it?
Yes.
Oh.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, is
What
it?
is it?
Yeah.
It's only the biggest burger competition in Asia.
Right.
No, it really is.
It is.
Yeah, shut up.
I mean, all right, it's the only one, but it is by then.
The
biggest one.
So yeah, it's been running for the last
5
years.
years. That's why
Thank
this is
you.
the sixth.
This is number 6.
Right.
And
Okay.
it is going to be here this year.
Nice.
So the last 2 years it's been at Boat Lagoon. We get about 1,500 people came last year. Actually came to the event itself.
Right.
And we had, I think it was about 27, 28 burgers. So different, not food trucks, but different stalls, all selling their burgers. So people could go around and just help themselves, try different burgers. And then we have a judging process, which has changed this year. And then
Right.
people vote, or the judges vote to see which burger is the winner. It's
Is
massive.
this how these guys? Where
Yes.
did they get their
Yes.
award?
They won it from me, yeah. So it's
Okay.
been my event for the last 6
Yeah.
years.
All right. So
they-
it's,
yeah,
it's
they
got
won
some prestige, right? Yeah.
It's
A lot of
some
people.
prestige. It's amazing.
It's
got a bit of
done by
behind
me. It must be amazing. No, it's honestly.
So if you fancy being in the top 3, I can.
Right. Yeah. We'll
It was
give
a
you-
crazy idea. And do you know where it all stems from? Is I was working for an events company and I was trying to come up with a creative idea that they could jump on that would be their kind of showpiece for their content. And
And at the time, you were hungry.
well, I
Right, yeah,
I was
want some
also
free
into-
food.
I was into food events. I like food competitions. I love
Yeah.
barbecue. I love stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and I thought, what's the easiest thing to run as a competition? And it was everyone does a burger, and everyone thinks that they've got the best burger. Everyone thinks that everything is perfect about their own burger. So we went with that, and it seems to have gone from strength to strength.
That sounds good. Okay. We might come up with something then.
I reckon you should.
Anyone's allowed to enter, yeah? As long
Anyone's
as it's
allowed
got a
to.
burger,
Well,
yeah.
you have to pay for the slot, but obviously
Yeah.
I could do your deal because you're a nice guy. But the rules state that as long as it's a minced product of some kind, it doesn't have to be meat. I've sold myself to the devil.
I've gotta
I've
have
opened
vegans.
up to vegetarians, and I've opened up to apparently these vegan people.
Right.
So as long as it's a minced product of some kind, a minced patty
Okay.
within a bread.
A bread.
Well, it
Does-
doesn't have to be.
Doesn't have to be a sesame bun. sort
No,
of
it
thing.
doesn't have to be an all
Okay.
beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickled onion, sesame seed bun. It can be
Yeah.
a or it can be a pita bread. It can be a baguette bread. You know,
Cool.
but as long as it's a minced patty, the key thing is
It's all
the
about the
minced
patty. Yeah, yeah.
Because
really,
people have tried to
essentially.
enter. They said, "Oh, this is my soft shell crab burger," and it's like a whole soft shell crab. And it's like, no, that's a crab sandwich.
Yeah.
Or someone
Or
who
a
puts a,
mushroom.
Crab
a
between bread.
portobello mushroom between two bits of bread and says there's a mushroom burger. It's like, no, it's a mushroom sandwich.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm but the judging will be changed this year to the public will be doing the judging.
Okay.
Whereas before we've had judges, but
But even so, the standard is going to remain the same.
Oh, of course,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it'll be even harder for Win now because I think the public will be even.
Public are
tougher than
arseholes.
Yeah, and they're more varied, aren't they? Varied
Yeah, and it's
opinions.
difficult to pay them off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, to give everyone a
That's a
little
lot.
tickle, yeah.
Everyone had tickles they come in. So anyway, I recommend because feta cheese on a burger is always a good thing.
Yeah. Of
disagree with
course,
you
the halloumi cheese that works well.
Halloumi
and
fries.
yeah.
Oh, Russell doesn't
We do
like cheese.
grilled
Doesn't like
halloumi.
cheese.
No, I'm actually not a fan of cheese
It's
at all.
just horrible stuff. I
I
mean,
can't.
halloumi is what they make squash balls out of.
Yeah.
Right? It's fucking horrible.
Is that true? Or is
Yeah.
See, the thing is, you're
that as
genuinely
fact.
questioning
Yeah.
that they were like that could actually be
It
true.
wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me in any way, shape, or form. So tell us more about your Tiny Taverner. What's your opening times? What do you do? What happens here?
Okay,
Bits and pieces
so
like that.
opening times, we are in every day at 11 o'clock, and we'll go till late if there's customers around or an event. So, but generally 11 till 9. But if there's a big event like Blue Tree throws some big parties on the Fridays and stuff, we stay open till 12 to 1, 2 o'clock. So we're open all the time when there's people here. Yeah,
What's the licensing here? Licensing hours.
That's a good
does
question.
anyone know?
I don't know.
Not that I care. It just randomly popped in my head, and I thought I would ask it. You look
What are
like
you-
two
what-
intelligent
what-
people.
No, but
And then I
but
you're
we're
both
both
from
right next
Essex.
to each other. Well,
Still,
well-
first cup of coffee still.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not sure.
What do you mean license? What, to sell alcohol?
Yeah. Well, there must be. You can't just be open 24 hours, right? There's got to be. You've got to shut down at some point.
What are we talking about? The Tiny Taverner or Blue Tree itself?
Well, kind of both. I mean, technically,
Well, I
you're
don't-
tied
I
to them.
don't-
If
I-
Blue
I
Tree have
think-
to shut at 2 a.m., you
Yeah,
can't
like
be
in
open
the
at
UK,
3.
they have licensing hours, don't they, for alcohol and food? But
Well, they run through the same. I think it is 2 a.m. the same as everywhere in Phuket.
yeah, that's kind
It's
of. I
12
think it's
o'clock, isn't it?
Well,
Tom
I
said
think we
open
might
till
need to
late.
edit this bit out and delete some
Possibly,
of it.
yeah.
Because I don't know what you're asking.
Dun, 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 dun,
Anyway,
and we're
moving on
back.
swiftly.
For the second half of the show.
I just noticed you do free water as well. That's kind of you.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm
Going to stop it soon.
Yeah, yeah, because the security keep draining it every night, and I come back to empty water fountain.
Do they really?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they're just like on
Brilliant.
it. But yeah, that's something for the customers. You know, we obviously make very little money on the bottled water, and I'm pro sort of trying to be as green as possible. That's what I love about the Blue Tree concept. When I sat here, they don't want us using any plastic, and which I love. It makes it a clean environment. And this is just a way they bring their own bottle and they can fill up if they buy something from us, or even if they don't, they can still have some. Yeah, we're not strict.
Sweet.
But
Yeah.
yeah. So it's drinking water is clean and water should be free.
But your packaging is also cardboard, isn't it, and paper and
Yeah.
prison trays.
Yeah, exactly. It's all
Prison trays.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is
You
Essex?
notice the prison trays.
I just remember the prison
right,
trays.
You can take the
Yeah.
boy out of Essex.
Yeah, we're still cheap. Yeah, but it keeps minimal stuff that we use, and yeah, obviously all the cutlery and stuff is plastic, but recyclable plastic. But we actually sanitize it all. So if people leave it on the table, we'll put it into a hot sanitizing in a sink, and we'll reuse it again. So it also saves us money, and it's a good way of being green.
Is this the only food truck you've got, or have you got others?
Yeah, it is. It's just like I had a little sausage business in Greece. I started with my mate.
One of us was bound to giggle at that.
Yeah, well, it's going to be me.
We would,
Can you tell us about your sausage business?
Yeah,
just
so
because
it's-
I just want the jokes to come on.
Yeah, me and a friend, when we were living in Greece, this was only about 6-7 years ago. We started a little sandwich business first, but then that got shut down pretty quick because the local Greeks didn't like the competition, basically. So we were like, okay, what should we do next? And we both love the British butcher's banger, and we started sort of researching it back home in a local butcher that we loved. We both grew up eating his sausages, and then we basically copied it and we did it in Greece. It was going really, really well.
So you made your own sausages in
Yeah,
Greece. So
yeah,
you got
we-
all the bits and pieces out there, and
we got all
mixed
the
it together?
rusks, all the skins from the UK, and all the mixes, and we drove it over at the beginning of every season. We did it for about 2-3 years together. But now he's continuing to do it.
Oh, cool.
It's called Spoon Fed Summer of Sausage. He still does it, and it's growing. But now it's his business.
His sausage is growing.
His sausages, they're getting bigger and
Did you
wider.
sell
yeah,
out
there's
to us?
that.
Did you
No,
pay
no,
you off, or did you just fall out?
No,
Is his sausage bigger than yours? Is
Yeah,
that the problem?
no, I just
What's
that's
the
why I
issue
left. Yeah, but no, I I had to give it to him. I was out.
You had to
mucking.
what? I'm sorry. You gave him your sausage.
Good.
Good.
Yeah, I had to let him have it. Yeah. So I was mucking around on boats, and he continued doing it, but it's still going really well. So I was always playing with food, and so doing a food truck, like I said, it was something I always wanted to do. So, but yeah, maybe I'll make sausages out here one day.
So, I was just going to lead into that in terms of potential expansion or developments that ideas that you might have.
This has been so hard. I probably wouldn't do it again.
Right.
It's just like one is enough. I think if you can make a little small successful business that runs well, it's enough to keep me happy. I don't think I would expand.
What do you find hard? What's the hardest thing about it?
Actually,
dealing with clients.
Yeah, we were talking. No, not that. We were talking earlier. It was getting the thing built. It was just so difficult. I started it in sort of September, end of August, and I couldn't find contractors to do it. I had no connections really here, so I did it all myself. I did nearly all of it myself, and it took longer than I'd hoped.
Sure.
But yeah, so it was a lot of work that went into it. But then
I like it. I do like. Is this all the wood on the side? Don't lean on it too much, Russell.
Yeah.
Leaning very gentle. I'm just posing. But there's no weight bearing.
I like
on
all
this.
the wood panels. They look like they're from pallets.
They are from pallets.
Yeah.
So it's about 70 pallets.
You've reused a load of pallet wood.
Yeah. So
to create the outside of the truck.
Yeah, breaking
Nice.
them down was hard, and I did it sort of during the rainy season.
They look
outside.
easy to break down, don't they, pallets? But
Yeah,
actually, when you
they're
get
not.
into it, they're a nightmare.
Yeah,
But if you
I
think about the
tried
load
to
that
do
they
it.
bear, right? They're going to be pretty tough.
Yeah, they are really tough.
It's
Yeah.
hard work, and then you got to break them apart, and then take out all the nails, sand them back and front. Then you have to treat them for the anti-termite paint, and then you got to lacquer them 2 or 3 times on each side. So a lot of work, and then you got to stick them to the truck itself.
See, I have the same thing with the Phuket's Best Burger, which is on the 28th of March at Blue Tree.
When's it going to be held? It's going to be held at Blue
Well,
Tree.
it's actually on the grass area at the back of Blue Tree. He's a handsome man staring at us, isn't he? Look at him in a very tight shirt. 28th of March, Phuket's Best Burger. If you want to enter, Phuket has been good to us then. I mean, Phuket's Best Burger at gmail.com. What was I saying? Oh, I made the trophy out of a wood, and that took me ages because I actually got a soldering iron, and I wrote Phuket's Best Burger,
All right,
2019 winner in a soldering iron. So I burned the words in, and then I had to sand it and lacquer it. Well, it took a long time when I
you
was
regret
off my
it,
face.
didn't you?
No, I wasn't.
Yeah.
I was very happy just sitting there,
Conceptually.
just doing it.
When you've got the idea, like, all right, I mean, yes, it takes time to build it, but you think, it's just a food truck.
Sure.
A few tables and chairs.
Yeah.
How hard can that be, right?
Yeah,
It's just,
yeah. And then
How
things
difficult could that prove to
keep
be?
adding on and on and on, and you think, okay.
So did you
right.
design it yourself? So what about and fit it all out in the inside as well?
Yeah,
'Cause
so
that's a pretty good effort.
Yeah, the tiling was done by somebody else. It was a local guy, so we got him to do that. But then, I did the floor tiling. I fitted all the equipment inside, the extractions, all that kind of stuff, and made the cabinets, the side
Sweet.
cabinets. So yeah,
But to do a project like that, which is very much hands-on, there must be a fulfillment factor.
Yeah,
knowing
yeah.
that you've built that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I wanted to do, like you guys with this. I wanted to do something creative. I wanted to go just enjoy myself and do something fun. And this was fun. Yeah, it's nice to build something in it, even a garden shed, and you make it and you look at it and you have a beer and you think, great, yeah, that's nice. So yeah,
It's so Essex. It's so Essex. Bill, that had a beer, lovely. Come.
Job done.
Job done.
Happy days.
Yeah.
Move on now.
Now the chicken coop. Yeah. Move on. But yeah, so yeah, this looks like a chicken coop actually. Sometimes I look at it, I think, oh dear. But yeah,
But I
I'm
like
happy
the
with
little
it.
touches you've done now. I don't know if you did those lights or the different things that are hanging down.
Yeah.
It's all kind of, it's very quirky. It's very eclectic. I really like, is that a weight thing that you got a light on?
Yeah, it's from Lazada, to be fair, but it's the champagne bottle one that I made out the front, and that's actually
All right, well, we'll
authentic.
look at one in a minute.
Yeah, with the.
But that's still, it might be from Lazada, but it's dead frigging cool.
But it looks good.
It
and
works.
It's
Yeah.
It
kind of in
fits
keeping
with the kind of the
theme.
Taverner thing. I quite like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's the pallet plants and stuff, and
Yeah, pretty cool. I
they're
like the
they're
little
nice.
planters.
Once it's all lived in a bit more, it's gonna look better and better, and then we've got things to add. Yeah.
And you're happy with business?
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, we expected it to be, because it's a new project, we expect it to be slow, and for sure, like any business. But I believe in the project. I think it's a great place, great location, and it will just take a little time.
I think in terms of your location, I think this is probably as good as you can get. 'Cause
I saw
you're
it
right next to the.
lovely.
Yeah,
but
right
smack
next to the
bang in
park.
the middle. Yeah.
No, I think you're right. I think Blue Tree is and obviously I have, what's the word I'm looking for?
Connections.
I have connections in Blue Tree. But no, I think it is an amazing project, and I do like the ethos. I think it will take time. I think, you know, this high season is probably going to be is a bit early for it to be, you know, all singing and dancing. I think it's going to take time, but I think, you know, you can see the change that's happened. I mean, we've been watching it for the last few months.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can see the changes coming, and it will get bigger and bigger and bigger and better and better and better. And it just takes time with anything on Phuket.
Yeah.
You know, we could say the same thing about Boat Avenue, which was absolutely dead for 2-3 years.
Yeah, I remember
then
it
that
like
took
that.
time to get going.
Yeah.
You know, and it's the same with the new Central. Slightly different, but the new Central was completely dead when they first opened it. And it's only now that I've noticed that there's people actually going in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Things take time in Phuket.
And that's also a traffic issue and a parking issue around both of those places. But at least here you've got the space for it.
Yeah.
No,
So
completely.
it's just about getting the volume of
It's
people
set up and
the
it's
through
ready,
trade
isn't
to
it?
come through.
No, and
Yeah.
I think the road here, which is getting busier and busier at the front, but it only starts to get busy as you get past Blue Tree.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, you might as well just turn in here and just wait a little while, have some food before
Yeah,
you go
yeah,
home or
yeah.
do anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do that, everybody. Yeah, just sort of just pop in. Yeah. And
Don't
it's-
go to Bird Avenue. Come here instead.
But I think that's the point, is you can come here after school, especially for those Laguna mums or anyone that lives on that side.
Yeah.
You know, they're picking their kids up from school. Now that the park's open till later,
Yeah,
you know,
great
it was
idea.
shutting at 6, but now it's opening till 10.
Right.
You know, it means that you can come in, you can go for a little swim, you can have some fun on the slides and stuff, play around, then you come out.
Yeah.
You can either have, I mean, there's lots of options. I'm not just saying come to the Tiny Taverner, but come to the Tiny Taverner.
Mainly-
We can have a
mainly.
nice little snack
Yeah.
and have your dinner before you go home.
Exactly. It's a great. That's why the location is so savvy. It's clever. Obviously they've thought about it, and I was excited about this place when I heard about it because I live up the road before I wanted to come here.
Right.
I thought, great, there's something to do locally, you know, because Boat Avenue is limited, you know, and I do. Yeah, this is brilliant. People after work, the residents here, it's a good place. So
Are you finding the market at the moment is there a split between the tourist trade and the local trade?
We're mainly 70%. We're getting the residents,
Yeah.
people that live here, so they're coming, which is a good sign. But that obviously we need a bit more of the guests,
Sure,
or the staff perhaps, because there's so many staff here. So we need a bit of everything. But it's a good sign because the residents are coming back, so it gives us says okay, we're doing okay.
And like, I just live down the road as well. Like, so for us, like usually for Friday evening, we think, well, instead of we'll get out and have a beer and have something to eat.
Yeah, it's nice.
And this is kind of cool for us, because it's, going to Boat Avenue. Yeah, it was fun to get out and about, but it's just too hectic. There's nowhere to
Mental,
park.
yeah.
The traffic around there is a nightmare.
Bottlenecks.
Yeah,
Well, I
absolutely.
think
Whereas at least here it's easy.
unfortunately-
Drive
yeah.
in, park up.
I think, unfortunately, that's the success that they're having at the moment with being so busy is then it causes problems because there isn't anywhere to park anymore and they've cut off all the streets. And
But that's a design fault. Right? I mean,
But I don't think they
that's
realise.
complete lack of planning.
I don't think they were going to have the market. I don't think that market was ever planned when they designed the place. So they've kind of squeezed that market in, and the market's what's creating the problem. That and the crazy.
And the lack of planning and the infrastructure for it.
Well, that and whatever they've done to it now with all the different car parking spaces they've set out and the different driving one ways and stuff, which I'm very confused
apparently
about.
the entirety of Church-Lay, there's a potential plan in the pipeline to make the entirety of that one way.
Yeah, that ain't going to work, is it? Not gonna work. Anyway, back to Tiny Taverner. So opening at 11 a.m. every day, 7 days a week,
Yep.
365 days a year.
All the time.
No
yeah.
day off.
No day off.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's a good place to work, but you know, if you're doing what you love, why not? It's easy to turn up, isn't it? Yeah. So.
Are you finding is there a
Well,
difference in
until
hours
next
of
month.
trade? Like, are you busier at certain? Are you finding that there's a progression of particular times that you're busy?
Yeah, we get a little bit of lunch, so we're getting some guys coming out, of course, from the lagoon here. So around 12 to about 3 o'clock, and then we get the evening when the live band, in-house band are on. So we get a little bit from about 6 to about 9 o'clock. We get.
Sweet.
And then obviously weekends,
us.
we're booming. Yeah, just you guys.
yeah, we'll be here tonight.
No, but and then the events, like there was the big Children's Day last week. That was huge. That was going all day.
Oh, that must
so
have been awful.
any events, and we're kids, French fries, chicken nuggets.
It was good.
Personally, think of nothing worse.
Well, yeah, okay. fair
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Me and my boy were here.
Yeah.
It was very nice.
Zara not join you.
No, she was Sahara was at a play date.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. Hello.
We should have a. Oh, no more.
Sorry.
gear.
Valentina Rossi just went past.
It's noisy at this area, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you've got no kids then? You're more of a pets man?
Yeah, I've just got dogs.
Yeah, they should
My
have
dogs
a
are my
dog stay
kids.
down here or something. Yeah, everyone bring their pets and then.
Well, I remember ages ago, a pre-opening meeting. Was it Kay?
Yes.
Yeah, with her and someone else, because they were asking me whether they want to be dog friendly in the concept or not. So, so my argument was, well, if you advertise it and say yes, we are dog friendly,
Right.
every Tom, Dick, and Harry's going to bring, and not in the water park, just in the sort of this area and what have you. Everyone's going to bring their dog, open the car doors, and you have dogs running around going crazy. And there's a lot of strays and a lot of cats. It's going to be a nightmare. So I would go down the route of saying nothing. So in the back of your mind, you kind of are. Like, I'll bring my dog down now and again.
Don't advertise it.
And people I've seen walk around with their dogs, but just don't advertise it.
Yeah.
And if you reach a point where you can see that there's growth in it and people are just turning up, then you're going to have to start putting signs up saying have your dog on a leash and all of that.
Yeah.
But we spoke about the water park, and I said, why don't you just, as a random one-off event, it doesn't have to be one every 6 months, or just pick a day, and have it just open to people and their dogs.
Yeah, let the dog
just for the sheer shits and giggles of it. Yeah, for
Shit would be the right word.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'll
So-
be a lot of.
But I'm not sure if that'd be the same as Kids' Day, though, with dogs running. I mean, you'll know what people are like with their dogs. Sorry, I got a fly in my eye. You know what people are like with their dogs and how they completely don't train them properly.
A bit like their kids.
My kids are very well trained. I'm a very experienced child trainer. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We're cracking on, I'm afraid. We need to wrap this up, baby.
Do you believe in the concept of a flat Earth?
Do I? No. I've
there's
sailed,
got to be
I've sailed
something.
around it and I can see the curve.
How do you know it was around?
Yeah, yeah.
Could have just been for ages in a straight line. You don't know it was around.
Yeah, I was waiting to drop off the end, but it didn't happen. But
So you didn't sail into a big ice wall,
No, I was hoping for that. Some sort of like
but you just carried on going and
some massive gate,
That's a
golden
bummer.
gate.
Yeah.
What was our other thing? Oh, bucket list.
Oh, bucket list.
Give it a
right.
couple of things that are on your bucket list.
Yeah, so a bucket list.
Places to go,
So I've done.
people to see,
Yeah.
countries to conquer.
So I haven't quite sailed around the world, but on something on my bucket or something to do list. I'd like to do the Indian Ocean just to finish off the.
Sail through it?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Go through it, go round.
And when you say sail, do you mean like on a power boat?
No, I'd like to do it on a sailboat.
On a
yeah,
short sail, yeah.
rather
think
than
I'd tune out from that.
on a Virgin ferry. It wouldn't be the same. But
A ferry with virgins?
Yeah.
Well,
actually.
okay,
Sounds like a
now
good
it's
trip
sounding
to me.
different, yeah. We'll be
Better than the
deckhands.
Calais ferry, that one, I tell you. So just sailing around the world. So finish off the sailing around the world.
I think so, and then do a bit more travelling as always. No Pacific places, but yeah, I like to travel and climb a few mountains here and there if I can. If I
You
still
climbed
got the
any
energy.
mountains of note?
Mount Kinabalu I did last
Yeah,
year,
okay.
yeah, and I've always been an avid hiker and stuff, but yeah, I loved it. It's not a huge mountain, but it took.
Where's Kinabalu?
Kinabalu?
Sabah,
Yeah,
Indonesia.
Borneo. Yeah, so that was a good trip.
When you did it, was it a case of, I did it, crikey, 26 years ago.
Oh wow, Mount Kinabalu.
Yeah.
Wow.
You were young.
Yeah, so it's just a school trip.
Right.
So it might have been longer than that, actually. 28 years ago. There you go. That's when I climbed Kinabalu.
Yeah.
So
Can't
it
have
was,
been that sorry, but you're both making this out like it was a tough mountain. If you climbed it in 92,
Yeah, that
was it
that
12,000
makes
feet?
you 30,
Makes-
you're 12 years old.
I-
You were 12 when you did it then.
No. I mean, yes, but no.
Yeah, but there was some old and young people doing it. It
Yeah.
just took them
was
longer.
it just a hill?
So-
I can't call
well,
it a
okay.
mountain
A
when
lump.
you're climbing
So
it at 12. Russell,
the-
no,
so it
I'm
was a
sorry. You
2-day
made this out to sound like you want to do this amazing Everest mountain climbing with your frigging, what they call the ice shoes in it and your hooky things
Gas,
that you hook up
air
and all that
tanks
sort of
and
stuff.
stuff. Yeah.
My
air tanks and
recollection-
tent. You're 12 going up a hill.
Shackleton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My recollection.
I felt
was
like
18
Shackleton doing it.
17 at the time. My recollection of it was the first day it was almost like going upstairs. I mean, it just sort of cut into the
Yeah,
path,
yeah.
sort of cut up.
Yeah.
And then there was a camp.
Yeah.
You got there, had something to eat, you stayed overnight, and at 2 a.m. they wake you up and you did the last climb in the morning.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which was quite steep and ropey.
Yeah, that was a bit.
to get up to the summit for sunrise. Is that still the same?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
coming down was the worst bit. The stairs
Coming down was
and stuff.
mental.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus.
It's not
Coming
like,
down's always hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come down.
Yeah, proper come down, yeah. So,
But it was cool. It must have been. It was difficult to get all the permits to get up there. So yeah, I tried to do it on a cheap and then did it all myself. So it was like.
right, yeah,
but
fair enough.
Then it must have been.
I mean, we did it.
more
There was it was a school project week thing through
Yeah, I went to Clacton on my school trip.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
off to Borneo on your school trip.
Borneo even.
Whatever, same place.
Yeah.
Just from Essex. Yeah, you went to Clacton-on-Sea. We probably just went down the road.
Well, to me,
to the local
well, I
park.
was in
Chippy or
Singapore.
something.
Yeah, down the Chippy. Yeah, I'll go down the Chippy.
I was in school in Singapore at the time, so technically Borneo is just down the road, kind of,
right.
sort of.
Very nice.
Posh lad.
Yeah.
Right, on that
About
note,
that.
posh boy. Carlo, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank you,
buddy.
guys.
Tiny
Thank you. I appreciate
Taverner
it.
at
It's
Blue
awesome.
Tree, open from 11 till late. Come and have a gyros. Come and have a Greek salad. Come and have some pita bread
And a beer,
and a beer.
And a beer,
which
yeah.
I think we might be doing this evening.
And actually, good price beers, by the way.
Yeah,
and you
everyone.
serve Heineken, which I like.
Yeah,
And
a lot of
San
people
Miguel,
like
which I
Heineken.
like.
Yeah, I'm a Heineken man, that's why. But yeah, we've got Heineken, Tiger, Leo, San Miguel Light.
Sweet.
So, yeah.
Nice.
See you
Yeah.
later, mate. Nice one.
Nice
Thanks,
one,
Colin.
yeah. Cheers,
Cheers,
guys.
buddy.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Russell.
Thanks, Jay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
It's a good podcast, that.
Jay, to be honest,
Do you know what, though? I
It's always a good podcast.
When I realised when I said, all right, Carlos, and then I realised his name Carlo, I felt...
I was
Did
going to
you-
bring that up, and I thought,
I think everyone just left it alone, and I kind of felt... and that kind of put me off a little bit. Not put me off the whole podcast. It's still a lovely podcast. So I apologise, Carlos. Your name's Carlo.
Carlo.
Yeah. I got a cough. Don't do that, because I turned my microphone off, you think. But no, Tiny Taverner, it's good. We've eaten there before, you know.
A few times.
And we're sat in Russell's car. Just turn your aircon down, because I might catch that on the old... we're sat in Russell's car now, finishing this podcast off, because we wanted to do this away from Carlo.
So we could talk about him and say what we really feel.
Nice guy from Essex. Can't believe I know his dad.
That is a bit bizarre. It's amazing how small this world can be sometimes.
Really small. I mean,
Yeah.
his dad was awesome, actually. And he has... I'll see if I can dig out that naked picture.
No,
Oh,
don't make an effort.
do you know what we need to do tonight when we come here? Which is not tonight, because this is coming out on Tuesdays. We
Take a
forgot to...
naked
No,
picture?
we forgot to take a picture with him.
Oh, gotcha.
We'll do it tonight when we come here.
We
We do that a lot.
pretty crap at that, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you notice? Oh, I should. Right. So now we're on Facebook as Jayleshark and Friends. On Facebook, I think it
I
is.
noticed we got Phuket podcast.
well,
on Insta.
well, after you said to me, because we had got on Twitter we're Phuket Podcast.
Yep.
On Instagram we were Jayleshark and Friends and Russell, which you then sent me a WhatsApp message last week saying it's too fucking long, or
Yeah.
words to those effect. And so I then went and got Phuket Podcast in the end.
Clever you. Well
So
done.
now we have both Jayleshark and Friends and Russell on Instagram.
So within...
Do I delete that one? Or just keep... There's no point keeping it.
I'll just get rid of it, yeah.
All right, so I'll delete that one and just keep the Phuket Podcast, which I still
Well,
have not.
I wouldn't just delete it. I would put out a message to all the thousands of people that follow us and say, you might want to check out Phuket Podcast.
Just phone one person up and tell them that.
I think that's me.
It is you, isn't it? I think I know, because I started following you. That's how you saw
Yeah.
the long name of it. Okay, I'll do all that later when I can be asked. Anyway, follow those. And if you want to be on the podcast, you can email us at jaylesharkandfriends@gmail.com or jayleshark@gmail.com or k9pointacademy@k9pointacademy.com. What are you, info at?
Yeah, info@k9pointacademy.com.
There you go. And if you like dogs, go and check out k9pointacademy.com.
Yeah.
If you like Greek food, go to tinytaverner.com.
And
There's
if
no
you, don't,
.com,
if
I
you
don't
like
think.
cats and you hate Greek food,
Is there a Cat's Taverner? He doesn't cook cats, though, does he? He didn't mention that. That's bad if he does.
wouldn't
Don't
bother
eat
me.
cats. Cats are bad. In fact, I'm getting hungry now.
I'm really actually quite hungry,
Well, it's 11 past 12 on a Friday afternoon.
which would suggest it's lunchtime.
It is, and I've got to go for a meeting at 1, so we've got to go. Russell, thank you very much.
Always a pleasure.
Is there anything else we need to promote? Oh, a burger competition, 28th of March.
What's that?
I don't know, some burger competition that some Shark Productions company's putting on.
Brilliant.
Be
I like
epic.
a burger competition.
Let's go.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, bye.
Bye.